Yo, Kpaceguy here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This morning I was greeted with a package from, of course, Amazon. And inside this package is SVS Soundpath wireless adapters for their subwoofers and/or powered speakers. So what do you say we open this bag up and see what's inside and get them hooked up? See you guys in a second. What's up, YouTube? It's time to open this bag right here. I'm super excited to have these. They've gone up in price. They used to be $89, now they're $99. So it's been a little bit hard for me to get these because there's so many other things that I want to go ahead and get. But of course, this is a necessity for my sound system since I'm not going to be running my subwoofers with regular standard RCA cables. I'm going to be using their wireless adapters. And why am I using this? And why should you? If your subs are far from your amplifier, which mine are, you may not have the long enough cable to reach across the room, and even if you do, it may just be too much clutter. And so what this allows me to do, and even you guys to do, is to take away some of that clutter and open up some more placement options in your home theater. So if you have a larger home theater, which you will if you're using a PB4000, you're going to have a pretty big room most of the time. And you're going to want to have cables that are sufficient enough to run that far. A lot of times you don't. And when you have long cables, whether it's speaker cables, RCA cables, or any kind of cables, as your power runs through it, you actually lose power along the way. So the longer your speaker wire, the bigger the gauge wire you're going to need, because over the travel of the wire, you're losing some power. So I decided to go wireless. These are the best, hands down, the best wireless adapters you can get right now. And they're super small, as you can see here. SVS is great. They have a super small response lag time, so you're not gonna have to worry about any delay. So I decided to jump on these. So what we're greeted with right out of the box, you have two USB adapters here. You can use any of them that you have already at your house, or you can use two here. We'll use the two they supplied for us. And then you have one wireless receiver. Make sure it stays in focus there. Wireless receiver. And then you have a wireless transmitter here. And you can see that it labels at the bottom. Transmitter, get at the focus. It almost wanted, there we are. Yeah, let's focus it back there. So you're greeted with those two things. You're also greeted with some 3M sticky adhesive tape that you put on the bottom of these so that you can keep them in place depending on where you're putting them. Now, I probably will not stick this on my subwoofer, being nice, pretty, glossy piano black. I don't want to put it on there, but I will probably stick it to what my receiver's sitting on the stand. So that's what we have inside the box. That's it. Doesn't come with anything else. Don't need anything else. Here, we're connected with a 3.5 millimeter input jack that goes out to two RCA cables, red and white, labeled for easier installation. Greeted with another one, so each transmitter and receiver has its own cord. Here we're greeted with, let me untie this. It looks like it's two 3.5 millimeter jacks and two RCA cables. Now, the RCA cables, they're going to go to the back of your receiver. If you have one sub out on your receiver, then you'll use one cord. And if you have two subs, you'll have two cables there. I'm sorry if this keeps going out of focus. Let me see if I can get Xbox out of the background. Maybe it'll focus better. So, you'll have that. And then here, this cable is your power. So I believe it's just micro USB. It's not USB Type-C. It's not lightning cable. It's going to be micro USB, kind of like the phones for Android that they used to use. And they're going to USB Type-C now, but the ones with the prongs here, I'll focus on it. We can get it to focus. No, you want to. There you go. There you go. So it's the old style USB, or yeah, the micro USB charging cable with the prongs on the front there. So they'll just click into here. And the other one will click into the other one. Now, one thing that I'm interested to see is if you have to run these on wall power. I know it says 5 volts DC, but I'm curious to know if you can plug this into the back of your receiver, because some receivers have USB outputs on the back of them, and some have them on the front. And I'm wondering if that's a sufficient enough power to power these. I guess we'll find out soon inside the manual. So we'll go ahead and get this set up, and I'll walk you guys through it. Alright guys, so here's where I keep all my components. You see that I put my shelf in here. I thought it would be a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to access things. And so setting up the wireless adapters is actually really straightforward, really simple. So I'll go ahead and show you guys, just in case you guys get confused. The instructions here are super simple to follow, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you. So you'll take this cable, it's an RCA and a 3.5mm jack. So you'll put your transmitter here, you'll plug in 3.5 here, and you'll plug in your subwoofer out to here. So my subwoofer, let me see if I can see it. Where are you, buddy? Center. You're hiding from me. Let me go ahead and just turn this around just for easier convenience for myself. There we go. Alright, so you'll take your RCA and you're just going to plug it into this one of your subwoofer outs of your receiver. If I could find it. Here's number 1. Alright, so this is subwoofer number 1. I only have one of these for now because, like I said, they're $99 right now. You can find it for $89 still, but I saw it late after I bought it, but it's just $10. So you'll do that, and now you're done with this. You're completely done with this part of it. You'll plug in your power. So I'll grab a power adapter here. And for now, we'll just use the supplied adapters. Later on in another video, I'll plug it into a USB and see if it's enough power. But for now, we'll do it the way it asked me to. Alright. So now we're greeted with a blinking blue light. Let's walk over to the sub and connect the sub as well. So we're here to the subwoofer that I'm going to be connecting it to. It does tell you in the manual not to connect it close to a phone or a router, things like that could possibly interfere with signal. I'm kind of close to one, so I don't know how far away you need to be for it to be okay. But we're going to see if we have any issues here. But this part's straightforward as well. You're just going to plug in the same way you did with the RCA output of your subwoofer from your amplifier. You're going to put the other end of your input from your receiver to your subwoofer. So I'll just plug that in really quickly, and boom. That's it for that, and then you'll plug it in. Right now we'll plug it in here, a little bit messy, but we'll clean that up later. Let's go ahead and get that plugged in right there. And then we're done for that step. Now, these other 2 cables, I'll show you guys again if you don't remember it. We were given an 3.5 going out to a red and white, or left and right RCA cable. We have 2 of those here. And what those are for is if you're running the subwoofers that have the 2 inputs, if they don't have a dedicated LFE, you have 2 inputs, you can use these. If you're running powered speakers, then you use your left and right from your amp, and then you plug it in to the receiver, and then plug the 2 left and right to your speaker, and then plug that into the receiver. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Pairing is simple, and you don't have to do anything. Right out of the box, these are already paired together. And how you know they are paired is if the blue light is solid. So right out of the box, once you've plugged in both of your receiver and transmitter adapters, they're going to pair with themselves immediately. So that's all you have to do. You're completely done. They work up to 65 feet apart. So that's plenty of feet for your room. As you can see, I have solid blue light. Now, if for some reason you lose connectivity, if they're not paired together when they come out of the box, or you move too far and you lose your paired lights together, all you have to do, doesn't matter which one you choose, but you'll just push the small button here, just hold it down until the light starts blinking, immediately walk over to either your transmitter or receiver, depending on which one you clicked on first, and you'll do the same thing here. Just click on that button, hold it down until it starts to illuminate solid blue, and then you're back to being paired like you were. So super simple. So what we're gonna do now, before we end the video, I'm gonna go ahead and plug up the subs, because the subs weren't plugged up prior to now because I wasn't using them. I'm gonna plug it up, play just a little bit of audio, and see how it sounds. So what I've done is I've unplugged the front speakers. Since they're bi-wired, I can unplug the low ends and keep the high ends. And so what I've done is unplug those so that all the bass that you're gonna hear is gonna come from the subwoofer. Not gonna turn it up crazy loud or anything like that. But we're gonna play some music just to see how it sounds. I did a little bit of testing before now just to make sure everything was working, and there's absolutely no delay from the one transmitter to the receiver. It sounds as if I plugged up RCA cables as normal. So I'm super happy with this. I will definitely be getting a second one for the second PB4000 back there in the corner behind the TV stand that I'm getting rid of. So I'll go ahead and play some non-copyrighted music real quick, just to play something just so you guys can hear, and then be sure to stay tuned for more videos, because we're gonna have tons of videos of the PB4000s. Let's get right into this. Here we go. I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Kiss your head when you cry for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. Alright guys, so that is the sub hooked up to the wireless transmitter. Let's go ahead and turn it down a little bit, make sure you guys can hear me. But make sure you leave a like on this video, not for me, but for the SVS wireless adapter. They are phenomenal already. I have a lot of tweaking to do. Got to go back in the settings here of the AVR and get my subwoofers dialed in. They probably won't be where they're sitting now, because I'm gonna go around and get the best placement for them and make sure everything's dialed in. I've reset my app. I had the remote here that I was using, but I've reset my app to the sub, so my old settings are completely erased. Right now it's default settings. Nothing's been equalized. Nothing's been done. So I have a lot of work to do today, and of course there'll be a follow-up video when I'm done. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video, and stay tuned for more, guys. Kpaceguy out. Hey guys, I just want to say something really quickly. If you guys enjoyed the last video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe for that. I have a lot of cool things waiting on the channel, and I want to make sure that you guys are there for it. Now, one quick disclaimer for the wireless adapters from SVS. If you feel that that cable is not long enough for you, you are able to use any existing Android charger that you have, one of those micro USBs. They are standard, they're fine. So if you want to use a 10-foot one, use a 10-foot one. If you want to use a 4-foot, you're welcome to do so. I haven't tested yet if you can use it with USB straight from like a USB jack or something from a receiver or something like that. I haven't tried it yet, but be sure to know that I will tell you when I do. But make sure you like and comment and subscribe on all the videos that you watch. It really helps the channel grow. We're looking at around 1,400, maybe 1,500 subscribers almost now, and I'm really excited. I want to keep that number growing. I want to get as many people on the channel and build as big as a community as we can. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, makes me feel good, and it gives me a chance to connect with you guys. So if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.